A new volunteer? You want to cook for ghosts, huh? Think you can learn a bunch of traditional recipes? Well, come over here and we'll get you trained up. Well done. I've got some ghosts who'll be real excited to meet you and share their recipes. I think you'll have a lovely time. First, you need to learn how to get around the kitchen. Once you're oriented, follow me. Yeah, you've got it. Now turn to your right. When you're ready, come over here and ring this bell. That will make you a certified ghost chef in training. That's what I like to see, fellow ghost chef. Now remember, cooking should be relaxing. Take your time and pay attention to the recipes. Speaking of which, where should we start you off? Ah, yes. Let's do ancient Greece, 3rd century BCE. There's an Athenian who wants to share what he used to make for the big festival called Panathenaea. Roasting meats, honeyed wine. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Have fun out there. You're gonna do great. And remember, there's no rush. You've got all the time in the world.
Kalimera. Oh, this is perfect. I was hoping to get someone in time for the Panathenaea. Well, let's get you situated. I've got a lovely recipe I want you to try. Follow me. Now, Panathenaea is our largest festival. Athletic games, music, and of course, good food. That's where you come in. We'll start off easy. A triad of staples: grapes, grains, and olives. This recipe tablet should have everything you need to get started. Fill a mixing bowl about a third full with olive oil. Oh, olive oil, prized among my people. No, literally, we've used it as prizes. You win a chariot race during Panathenaea, you get 140 amphorae full of olive oil. Add to the marinade 1 spoon of thyme and 3 spoons of rosemary. Add the olives and let them marinate. Are you a fan of green olives or black olives? Perfect! Now, those will need to marinate for a bit. Did you know green olives are just black olives that haven't had as much time to ripen? Oh, the tools and ingredients for making pita are over here. In the mortarium, use the pestle to grind zea and barley grains into flour. It should be half full of flour after grinding. A mix of Z grain, or Z is another name for farro, and barley will make a hearty pita. Add a spoon of salt and splashes of sourdough starter, water, oil and milk. Look at all these ingredients. We want about a 5-3 mix of flour to liquid. That's the ratio for most bread, and it'll get us the consistency we want. Take your time measuring things out. We are in no rush. Smooth the dough until it's a round ball, then let it rise. Perfectly round and smooth. Wonderful! Don't worry about spills. Fresh charcoal we light if added to the old coals in the oven. Split the dough in half with a knife. Roll it with a pin to flatten. Looks like the oven is hot enough to start baking some pitas. That's starting to look like a pita. Put the pitas in the oven and close the door. Good! Let's let that bake. How are the olives coming along? Pour off the marinade and put the olives in a small bowl. Remember to serve the grapes too. The pita smells perfect. Quick, don't let it burn. The pitas are done when they are golden brown. Place the meal on the serving table and ring the bell. Pour off the marinade and put the olives in a small bowl. Remember to serve the grapes too. The pitas are done. Place the meal on the serving table and ring the bell. What a wonderfully simple recipe, but so nutritious, don't you think? Let's see how we did, shall we? Μια μπουκιά. Oh, nostimo. That was pretty good.
Looks like you've got the basics down. How about it? Want to try another recipe?
Lukumades, such a classic. We sometimes call them honey tokens. They were given out as prizes at the Olympics. In the mortarium, use the pestle to grind Z grains into flour. It should be half full of flour after grinding. Grinding flour from scratch takes a lot of elbow grease, doesn't it? Add a spoon of salt, some water, and a splash of sourdough starter to form the dough. A little bit of salt can make a sweet dish taste even sweeter. smooth until it's a round ball. Then let it rise. That looks perfect! Come over here where I am. Fresh charcoal will light when added to your old grill fire. Heat up oil in the frying pan until it boils. Bring the large dough ball over to the pan. Scoop out at least 6 dough balls, dropping each. Oh, white coals, perfect! We want to get the oil hot enough to boil. Let the dough balls fry. When they are a deep golden brown, move each dough ball to the plate. Those look a little pale. They feel undercooked to me, don't you think? Oh, look at that. They're turning a perfect golden brown. Let them cool a bit before adding the honey sauce so they'll be crispy. In earthen bowl, combine half water and half honey. Honey, the food of the gods. Ambrosia. Move the pan aside and bring the bowl of honey mixture to a boil. Use the spoon to dip each golden dough ball in the still hot honey mixture. When they are shiny, return them to the plate. Opa! I can't wait! use the grater to sprinkle some fresh cinnamon on top of each dough ball. Perfect! Just one scrape of cinnamon per dough ball is enough. In another bowl, add 1 part wine, 3 parts water, a splash of honey, and a cinnamon stick. When you're using the wine from the end of harvest, you always want to spice it pretty heavily. It makes it harder to tell how old and musty it is. Cinnamon's my favorite spice. Hey, you know, cinnamon bark used to be more valuable than gold. Heat the honeyed wine until it's boiling. Don't worry about spills. Serve the heated wine in a kylix. A kylix is by far the best way to drink wine. It's shallow, so it makes you want to slow down, sit back, relax, debate some philosophy, all that good stuff. Place the meal on the serving table and ring the bell. Are they ready? Let's give them a try then, shall we? Yamas! Delicious! Perfect for some peranjada. That means people watching. It was one of my favorite pastimes.
Remarkable. You are really taken to this ghost chef job. Ready to try the last ancient Greek recipe? It will take all of the skills you've learned thus far.
Oh, you're going to love this one. It's called souvlaki, roasted meat on a stick. Absolutely delicious. Great marinade is the secret to great souvlaki. In a mixing bowl, combine equal parts wine and honey. Ha! As they say, ενίνο αλήθεια. In wine, there is truth. If you ask me though, some of those truths might be better left unsaid. Wine and honey? I can't wait. Add spices to the marinade. 1 spoon coriander, 2 spoons garlic, 1 spoon marjoram, 1 spoon rosemary, and 2 spoons of silphium. You know, it's been harder and harder to find silphium. I suppose a high demand will do that to a plant. Yes, that looks good. Hey, have you done this before? Use the knife to chop the pork loin evenly into 8 cubes. Add the pork cubes to the marinade and let it sit. Souvlaki can be made with any meat. Oh, these are going to taste good. I can feel it. Let's make some fresh pita. A good souvlaki has got to be on a pita. And I know you already know how to make it. Add a spoon of salt and splashes of sourdough starter, water, oil and milk. Hey, this sourdough starter's been in my family for generations. Never fails to make a good pita. You're getting good at this. Smooth the dough until it's a round ball, then let it rise. Fresh charcoal will light if added to the old coals in the oven. Split the dough in half with a knife. Roll it with a pin to flatten. The oven is hot enough. That's starting to look like a pita. Put the pitas in the oven and close the door. Wonderful! Now, while that's baking, let's start a fire under the grill. The pitas are done when they are golden fresh charcoal we light when added to your old grill fire. Pour off the marinade from the pork cubes. Put 4 cubes on each skewer. The pita smells perfect. Quick, don't let it burn. I think the grill is ready for some skewers. You know, souvla is Greek for skewer. Souvlaki is the diminutive, so it means little skewers. Don't worry about spills. Oh, that looks so good. Cook skewers of meat over the fire. Keep turning them so they don't burn. Just listen to that sizzle. That smells positively divine. Keep turning until all the pieces are done. Prepare it. Oh, I think that one's about to burn. I smell burning. Yes, it's definitely starting to burn. Place the meal on the serving table and ring the bell. So this particular Helix is called an eye cup. It's got eyes painted on the outside, so it looks a bit like a mask when you drink from it. Whenever you are ready for me to try the food, just ring that bell. No rush, I'll be patient. Well, let's give this a little taste. Yes, absolutely fantastic. Come on, tell me. You must have made this before. Yes? Oh, you're a natural.
You completed all the Greek recipes. I knew you had it in you to be a great ghost chef. Think I can send you somewhere a little trickier? How about you try Song Dynasty China next? Looks like there's a lady who wants to pass on a few Spring Festival dishes.
Hello, I'm so happy to meet you. I have so many Spring Festival recipes I want to share. The Lunar New Year is my favorite season. How about we start with 糖葫芦? It's one of my favorite festival snacks. 来吧, follow me. 糖葫芦's pretty easy to make. It's basically just fruit with a hardened sugar shell. Let's make that first, then some tea to go with it. Make a skewer with 6 hawthorn berries. 6 pieces per steak for good luck. Well, I suppose any even number works, as long as it isn't 4. Don't do 4 these days. 4 is often considered to be extremely unlucky, because 4 is 4, and it sounds like death, which is 死. Now, in my time, we made 糖葫芦 with mainly shanja or hawthorn berries. Shanja are super bitter though, so let's throw in some sweeter fruits you may be more familiar with. Make 2 more skewers using fruits of your choice, 6 on each. Giving people oranges for New Year's is such a fun tradition. The word for orange, 橘, sounds like lucky, which is 吉. So when you give someone an orange, you say good luck or 大吉大利. Looking good. Now let's bring those over to the left wok. Place 5 scoops of water in the wok. Use wood to start a hot fire under the wok. Excellent. That will make a hot fire. Add all the rock sugar to the water and let it boil. The left wok is ready to cook with. We want the candy to have a satisfying crunch, right? So you need to heat the sugar until it boils and reaches what we call hard crack temperature. Wait for the sugar to melt, then dip each skewer in the sugar syrup to coat the fruit. Make sure to cover all the fruit on each skewer. Once the skewers are coated, place them on the serving tray to cool off. Yes, good. Now let's make the tea. How about a nice oolong? That'll go well with the fruit. Well, I'd call it oolong today, but in my time, we called it wheat tea. Dip the teapot in the water bucket to fill it. Put the teapot on the already hot brazier. Bring it to a boil. Put 2 spoonfuls of oolong tea powder into the teacup. Pour boiling water over the tea powder to fill the cup. Add 1 spoon of salt to reduce the bitterness. Whisk the tea until a froth forms. Oh, make sure you whisk it really well. This style of whisked tea makes the top look like it's covered in a layer of clouds. I think it's also how they make matcha in Japan today. Place the meal on the serving table and ring the bell. So far, so good. Oh, I hope these taste as good as they look. It's so perfect. It brings back so many memories.
Sounds like she was happy with the Tong Hulu. You didn't bring back any for me, did you? Ha! Just kidding. Ready for the next recipe? Something about it smells a little fishy.
Welcome back. Ready to make some 清蒸鱼 or steamed fish? It's a pun. In Chinese, fish and extra are both pronounced 鱼. It's tradition to leave some fish uneaten to symbolize having extra savings at the end of the year. Use the knife to dice the scallion over the platter to cover it. Dicing the scallion gives you lots of little pieces that will cook evenly and add a nice texture to the dish. Plate the fish on top of the scallions and coat it with 1 spoon of salt. Julienne the ginger with the knife to cover the fish. To julienne something means to cut it into matchstick-sized pieces. This will add another interesting texture. Julienne cuts also work well for garnishes. Add some cilantro and a drizzle of wine on top of the fish. Use wood to start a hot fire under the left wok. Place 2 scoops of water in the wok. Place the plate with the fish the left wok is ready to cook with. Okay, bring the fish to the left wok. Good. Now we're all set up to start steaming the fish. Start a fire under the second wok on the right to prepare the sauce. That was the easy part. Hope you are ready for some multitasking. To make the sauce, combine 2 scoops of water and equal parts soy sauce, sesame oil, and wine. The wok on the right is ready to cook now. I love this dish. I can't wait. To the sauce, add all of the raw. Now that smells good. This is rock sugar, although in my time we called it sugar frost or sugar ice. Just a bit of sweetness can elevate the whole dish. Bring the sauce to a boil. Remove the steamed fish once it's ready. Scoop 1 full lid of sauce and pour onto the steamed fish. There, doesn't that look delicious? Garnish the fish with parsley. Place the meal on the serving table and ring the bell. I cannot wait to try it. Okay, let's see how you did. 年年有余. Oh, that means may you always have more than you need. Just something you say when you are eating the fish. So, 年年有余. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting you to be this good at cooking. That was some amazing fish.
So you successfully made New Year's steamed whole fish, huh? Well, you know what they say. Give a person a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a person to cook fish, and well, they'll eat cooked fish, I suppose. Okay, I know you can do this. Dong Po awaits.
Happy New Year! This recipe is Dongpo pork. My family used to have this during special occasions. Pork belly, bok choy, shiitake mushrooms. I can't wait. Julienne a good amount of ginger with a knife into the bowl. You know, Dongpo pork is named after a famous. Looking good. Now let's bring those over to the left wok. In the left wok, combine 2 scoops of water, the pork belly, and half of the ginger. A steady supply of wood can get expensive. The shape of the wok does a good job of evenly distributing the heat and helping you get the most out of your fuel. The key to a good piece of pork belly is to pick a nice pink piece, not too red, definitely not brown or purple. And you want a good layer of fat. In fact, about 1/3 of the whole cut should be fat. That's where all the flavor is. You are blanching the pork now, which will get rid of the... Originally, pork was so expensive only nobles could eat it. When it became cheaper, the nobles stopped appreciating it. So silly. Use wood to start a hot fire under the wok with the pork. Once the pork belly is cooked, take it out and cut it into 4 cubes with a knife. Actually, Dongpo pork wasn't named after Su Dongpo until much later, during the Ming Dynasty. They liked naming things after people then. In the second wok on the right, place a layer of whole scallions to start the sauce. Oh, quick tip. If you put the scallions at the base of your wok, they'll keep the meat from sticking. Means you don't have to stir. Now add to the scallions a cinnamon stick, 2 bay leaves, 2 star anise, and the remaining ginger. Lastly, add the soy sauce, Shaoxing wine, and half of the rock sugar. Shaoxing wine is the oldest wine in China. You add this stuff to your stir fry and it'll taste 10 times better. Use wood to start a hot fire under the wok to heat up the sauce. Add the pork cubes to the sauce and boil until the pork is cooked through. The wok on the right is ready to cook now. Place the steamer in the first wok over the water you used to boil the pork. Place 4 ceramic bowls in the steamer basket. Use the ladle to divide the sauce and pork cubes between the 4 bowls. Cover with the lid to steam. And don't worry about cooking the pork for too long. All the fat in the meat will just make it softer the longer you cook it. Empty the wok of the leftover pork sauce and spices into the trash. Use the ladle to divide the sauce and pork cubes. Your left fire is out. Empty the wok of the leftover pork sauce and spices into the trash. The left wok is ready to cook with. Something's burning. cut all the bok choy in half with the knife. Bok choy may not look like much, but it's so good for you. Fill the now empty wok with 2 scoops of water. When boiling, add the bok choy. One time, I forgot my bok choy and let it boil for way too long. It turned to mush. So remember, long cooking times are great for pork belly, not so great for bok choy. Once the bok choy is light green, place the bok choy in a circle on a plate. It's essential to have some vegetables with your dongpo pork to offset the fattiness. Empty the wok used for the bok choy and place the shiitake mushroom caps into it. The name shiitake is actually Japanese. Here we call them xianggu, which means fragrant mushroom. The very best kind are called huagu or flower mushroom because of the patterns on their caps. Add liquids to the mushrooms to create a sauce. Use equal parts soy sauce, Shaoxing wine, and rice vinegar. The fire on the right is out. The wok on the right is ready to cook now. Now add 1 spoon of garlic and the remaining rock sugar to the mushrooms and sauce. Once cooked, place the mushrooms and sauce in the middle of the bok choy. shiitake are great for your health, too. They make great medicine as well as good food. Dip the teapot in the water bucket to fill it. Put the teapot on the already hot brazier. Bring it to a boil. Put 2 spoonfuls of green tea powder into the teacup. There's a legend that tea was discovered when the mythological figure Shen Nong drank a cup of hot water without noticing that tea leaves had fallen into it. He felt so refreshed. After that, he had the drink made again and again. Pour boiling water over the tea powder to fill the cup. Your left fire is out. Add 1 spoon of salt to reduce the bitterness. Whisk? Oh, make sure you whisk it really well. This style of whisked tea makes the top look like it's covered in a layer of clouds. I think it's also how they make matcha in Japan today. Place the meal on the serving table and ring the bell. That smells delicious. Oh, let's hope this was worth the wait. Okay. Seems like you've been learning something. This is some good Dongpo pork.
I knew you had it in you. Very impressive. On to the next kitchen. It's in the heart of the Maya civilization in the Yucatan Peninsula, circa 1500s. My notes say, little old lady, lots of opinions, wants to share recipes for Hanal Pishan.
Bashkawalik. Hello? Are you the ghost chef volunteer? Well, let's see what you've got. I want you to make my recipes for Hanal Pishan, the festival where we celebrate our loved ones who have passed on. All right, let's start with Shek. It's a simple citrus salad. Shek is Mayan for a tossed-together mix of things. We used to make it every year at the end of October for Han al Pishan. Dice the jicama with the knife. If you've never had jicama before, you should really try it. It's delicious, crunchy, and not too sweet. Scoop the diced jicama into the mixing bowl with the knife and add the orange slices. We use chinas, or sweet oranges, because their fragrance helps the soul of children find their way to the celebration. Cut the chili pepper in half and grind into powder using the molcajete and tejolote. Scoop the diced jicama into the mixing bowl with the knife and add the orange slices. Cut the chili pepper in half and grind into powder using the molcajete and tejolote. A proper molcajete will add real depth to the food. It will pick up subtle flavors over time as you use it. If you're lucky, someone older will hand one down to you. Make sure you take good care of it. Add to the mixing bowl 1 spoon each of chili powder and cilantro. Scoop the diced jicama. Dice the jicama. Cut the chili pepper in half. Add to the mixing bowl 1 spoon each of chili powder and cilantro. Grab the lime and squeeze twice into the mixing bowl. Top the mixture with 1 spoon of salt and stir the ingredients with a spoon. Put the mixture in the leg. Serve the dish cold and ring the bell. Those flowers are called puhuk. I think you'd call them yellow marigolds. They're the flower of the dead. Okay, let's take a sniff. In Maya culture, ghosts don't eat food, but we do enjoy the aromas. You know, it's not bad. Maybe you'll be good at this after all.
Aren't you glad that wasn't too hard? Ready for one of my favorites?
Kimak Olal, welcome. You know, I had my doubts about you, but you've been doing all right. Let's see how you handle this one. Chukwa's a chocolate drink. It's sweeter nowadays, but this one won't be as sweet, or chuhuk as you're used to. Use wood to start the fire under the comal. Pour the cacao beans onto the comal. Roast until the shell pot cracks. Nothing like the smell of roasting cacao. Lift the whole comal to pour the roasted beans into a bowl. Oh, looks like the skin is starting to pop. Those beans are done roasting. Time to remove the skin. Bring the bowl of nibs to the metate. The inside of the cacao bean is called the nib. We've used stones like these ones to grind cacao, spices, and corn for thousands of years. We call them ca, but these days they're better known by their Spanish name, metate. The part you hold is the cab, and you should treat it like an extension of your hand. In fact, cab means hand in Mayan. Makes it easy to remember. Grind the cacao nibs into a paste with the cab, then smooth into a round ball. Cut the chili pepper in half with the knife long ways. Grind the chili pepper halves into powder using the molcajete and tejolote. Bring the cacao paste and the ground chili pepper to the comal. Boil water in the clay pot. These gourds are called chu. They grow all over around here. Add a vanilla bean to the clay pot for flavor. Vanilla beans are the fruit from a special kind of orchid. You know that. Place the cacao paste and 1 spoon of ground chili powder into the vanilla water. Hard to say which is worse, waiting for the chocolate to boil or waiting for it to cool so you can drink it. Then again, I never waited for it to cool. Cook until the liquid boils. Pour all the hot liquid in the first frothing pot, then pour back and forth between both once. You want to build up a thick foam. Use this chocolate pot to pour the chukwa back and forth. That will build up a nice froth. Pour into a lick and wait for froth to rise. Empty the clay pot and bring it to the comal. Make sure the fire is still hot. Okay, the comal is hot. Pour a layer of corn, water to cover, and 1 spoon of lime powder in the clay pot. Place on the comal and bring to a boil. This shi'im isn't the sweet corn that you can eat right off the cob. For masa, we start with the corn kernels that are hard and dry. This corn is harvested much later than sweet corn. Common misconception. Ta'an, lime powder, isn't made from limes. It's made from limestones. A comal can last for generations if you take care of it. We call them samach. Whatever you call them, they're just no substitute for the seasoning they pick up over the years. A bit of family history right there in your tortillas. Once boiled, drain the corn into the colander. Hey, the kuhum is ready. That's your corn, now that it's broken down and ready to grind. Use the estropajo to clean any remaining liquid off the metate. Grind the wet corn with the cup on the metate to make masa. We've been grinding hooch like this for thousands of years. Well, we call it hooch. You can call it hooch or masa. Take the masa and spoon out 6 balls of dough, placing them near the rolling pin. Smooth each ball and flatten with the rolling pin. Place the uncooked tortillas on the decorative plate. Cook the tortillas on the comal. When they puff up, tap them down. Look for the golden brown color. Wait until the tortilla puffs up. That is when they have the best flavor. Okay, the comal is hot. Look at those beautiful puffy tortillas. Place the finished tortillas on the decorative plate to serve. Serve the tortillas en chukwa and ring the bell. Not half bad. You might have a knack for this.
Ah, sweet and bitter chakwa. It's to die for. I should know. Okay, this next one is tough, but I have complete faith in you.
Bash Kawalik, hello. I'm glad you're back. I've got a fun one for us this time. Okay, last thing we're going to make is mukbi o bakal kash, or mukbi pollo. Mukbi pollo means buried chicken. We make it in honor of someone who has passed away in the last year. Delicious, aromatic, all the good stuff. This is the Peeb. It's an underground oven and it makes everything taste delicious. It takes a while to heat up though, so we need to light it before we do anything else. Add wood to the Peeb until you have a roaring fire. Good. While that's heating up, let's start on the food. We're doing bak, the meat first, so come over here. Cut the chicken and pork into 4 cubes each with a knife. Ah, good. The Peeb is nice and hot. Place the cubes into a clay pot and cover with water. Add a spoon of garlic and salt to marinate the meat cubes. Now bring the marinated meat over to the comal. Use wood to start a fire under the comal. Boil the meat in the clay pot on the comal until cooked through. Once the meat is cooked, carefully spoon out just the meat and place it into the mixing bowl. Save the liquid in the pot and continue boiling. Okay, the comal is hot. The meat is ready. When you take it out, remember to save the liquid. We'll use it to make maya koi, the sauce for mufi pollo. In another pot, place a layer of corn, water to cover, and 1 spoon of lime powder. Place on the comal and bring to a boil. Bring the corn mixture to the comal so you can boil it. It may seem odd to you to boil corn with tan, the lime powder, but it's actually the most important part. If we didn't, we wouldn't be able to make the dough or even digest the corn at all. Once the corn is cooked, drain the corn into the colander and grind the wet corn with the cob on the metate to make masa. The corn is ready. Now you can grind it to make your dough. Now you'll see that masa isn't just for tortillas. Once the masa is produced, spoon out one ball and leave the rest on the metate. Add a new, smaller masa ball to the leftover liquid. Grind the achiote and the molcajete with the tejolote. Achiote, or as we call it, kiwi, has a pretty mild flavor, but there's nothing mild about its color. In fact, you know modern cheddar cheese? They use achiote to get that bright orange color. To the leftover liquid, add 3 spoons of ground achiote and 1 spoon of salt to make mayacol, the sauce for lupi pollo. cut 4 slices of onion and cut the chili peppers in half with a knife the long way. Good! Now bring the sliced onions in the ik, that's chopped pepper, to the comal. Place the maya col as cut 4 slices of onion and cut the chili peppers in half with a knife the long way. Place the maya col aside and on the comal dissolve 3 cubes of pork lard. Once the pork lard is heated, fry the onion slices and the chili pepper pieces. When they're done, add them to the maya col. Hanal Pishan lasts for 3 days. The first day, we honor the souls of children. The second day is for honoring the souls of adults. And the third day is for all souls. Place the maya. Once the pork lard is heated, fry the onion slices and the chili pepper pieces. Oh, the comal fire is out. Okay, the comal is hot. Mix the pork and chicken into the maya col. Boil the meat, sauce, and vegetables until everything is cooked through. Then set aside. Your peep fire is out. Ah, good. The bib is nice and hot. Empty the comal and dissolve 3 cubes of pork lard. Place the remaining masa in a bowl and mix it with 1 spoon of melted lard and 1 spoon of salt. To the leftover liquid, add 3 spoons of ground achiote and 1 spoon of salt to make mayacol, the sauce for mubi pollo. Empty the comal and dissolve 3 cubes of pork lard. Place the remaining masa in a bowl and mix it with 1 spoon of melted lard and 1 spoon of salt. Once the masa is produced, spoon out 1 ball and leave the rest on the metate. Once the mix the pork and chicken into the maya. Empty the comal and dissolve 3 cubes. Place the remaining masa in a bowl and mix it with 1 spoon of melted lard and 1 spoon of salt. Cut the salted masa dough in half with a knife. Place half of the now salted dough onto the prepared cut banana leaf to produce a masa bowl. Now that's a nice masa bowl. And a bowl is for filling, so go get that meat mixture you've been working on. Pour all the filling and sauce into the masa bowl and add a few epazote leaves. Use the pin to flatten the rest of the masa dough. Once flattened, add it to the top of the bowl to seal the masa bowl. Bring stems to the closed masa bowl to wrap and tie up the banana leaf. Banana leaves are great for cooking because they're flexible and waterproof. They also add a nice aroma to the dish. Take the wrapped bowl and place it in the pib to cook the bowl. We've been cooking with P-Bob like this for a long time. It's a lot of work, but I think it's worth it. When you don't have meat very often, you might as well go all out, huh? Covered the pib with 4 banana leaves. Using the shovel, place dirt piles on top of the banana leaves. Once cooked, shovel off the dirt piles and remove the banana leaves. Ah, it's ready. Time to dig it out. Use the knife to cut the ties. Place the meal on the serving table and ring the bell. Okay, let's see how you did. Good aromas. Nice balance. Not bad.
Ah, remarkable! Another successful recipe mastered. You've been able to gather so many recipes from all over the world. You truly are a master ghost chef now.
Indeed, bravo! Be sure to come back and cook up some Greek masterpieces.
Oh, no, you don't. They're going to come back with me first. I've got so much more I want to share.
Don't listen to them. You come back and see me first, yeah? Well, until then, thank you. These recipes are very special to me. I hope you'll continue to pass them on.
There you have it. Now see that you try out some of those recipes in your own kitchen. And hey, you can come practice anytime you'd like.